What's up, y'all? It's T-Turn. Welcome back to another Scarlet and Violet video. Pokemon actually has teased the date. It's August 22nd. Essentially, Worlds is happening in Japan right now. The creator of Cerebi was given a box from Pokemon, and it's got a couple goodies inside, like a teacup, but it's got the date August 22nd written, which could be the date that something is revealed, but we'll come back to this. First off, I got a bunch to share in the Ku department. Ku has posted a new tweet, just one, but it's about exactly what we want him to tweet about. It's a tweet of him just messing with us, but he's talking about a certain character, the only character we're all interested in, me for other reasons, Miss Briar. He's tweeted about her. So Ku says, do you think she is the creation from... Cool, I'm not ready for this. It's still morning. You have to understand, Cool is gonna just screw with us. Initially, what I was hearing about Miss Briar is that she could be Brassius' sister. I sure if Brassius pops up in the DLC. Oh, brother Brassius, how long it's been? Do you have your scarlet coat? My god, Brassius is the biggest villain. Like, he washes his face, the wrinkles go, and he's completely different. His hair just magically grows. Oh my god, Brassius could be Heath. That's what the wrinkles are for, because he's so old. Okay, so who tweets about Miss Briar, which is him acknowledging that she's a very weird character. So we're on the right track here. He says, do you think she is the creation from imagination power? Or a concretization of books? Or just an ordinary lady? Okay, creation from imagination power. This is going straight back to the Terupagus is a dream Pokemon theory. It's one of three paths Ku's trying to lead us down, and I'm gonna assume he's saying that because she's literally dressed like the Violet cover. Because I also noticed that when you're going through Heath's book, Heath gathered the 4 symbols. Throughout the game, you'll see one in the grass, you'll see one on Sada's whiteboard, but Heath already gathered all 4 symbols in his book. If you turn the pages, they're on every page. So it's almost like if somehow the book manifested into a human form, maybe with Terupagus' power, there's the walking book. Fit to look like Heath with the earrings. I don't buy this. This is clearly Ku messing with this. But the second idea, a concretization of books. The process of concretizing to make. Okay, so this is actually the same thing. He means like a definite human form of the books. Okay, well that's what that is. The first one is probably just a lady made out of nowhere in Heath's image or something like that because of Terupagus. And then the third one is just an ordinary lady. Well, I don't think any of the 3 options were what I was thinking. I just wanted her... No, she's just an ordinary lady. That's actually the closest one. I want her to just be Heath's like great-great-great-great-granddaughter, and she wants to bring Heath's story full circle. And here's another idea I had, right? Let's say Heath is her ancestor. Maybe her family has a bit of information that the public doesn't know. So maybe she's heard something from her family, and her life mission is to uncover the truth of that, which could be something like a hint of where Heath went. In the same way the Urano Shimako story has the person who interacts with the turtle frozen in time, maybe this DLC could end with her uncovering Heath with Terupagus, and Heath is in the modern day. Maybe she wants to bring Heath back from Terupagus, as if he's under Area 0 this entire time, in his own little Terupagus bubble. How cool would it be if we're at the end of the Indigo Disc DLC, we're going back down to Area 0 with her, and we meet Heath, and he's got his Cyclizer and everything. And then he tries to throw us off a bit more with one last tweet. He says, do you think it would be in bad taste for Turo if she is a fusion of AI and books? Oh, so like Turo's machine congregates all his work and makes another robot automatically, like on autopilot, because it's using Terupagus' powers. Cool, you gotta shut up. She's just an ordinary lady. I know that's the answer. It's none of the other ones. I feel like she could be both the creation of the imagination and the concretization of the Scarlet and Violet books. She's wearing both Scarlet and Violet clothing. I did notice that she's got the Scarlet pants. I mean, it was weird that we have both games and she's only wearing the purple. She knows of Terupagus' powers and is drawing paradoxes. The magic pen lady? She draws a Pokemon and it comes to life. That's so badass. She definitely knows of both books. She literally played both games. Do both books exist? This is the big question. Even though her Cyclizer eyes look demonic, she's probably an ordinary lady. Does she have Cyclizer? Don't do this. She does not have She does. You mean she has eyes? This is not Cyclizer eyes. You want to know what her eyes really look like? Shout out to Poke Jungle who came up with this. So If you look at her eyes, and Game Freak knows what Pokemon we care about, her eyes actually look like a Bramblin. And her hair, the whole head is a Bramblin. You see Bramblin? See, I know you see it and you hate it too. Like, you made Gita's signature Glamora, no one cares. If she pops up and this is her signature, I'll allow it. Just don't be Brassius' sister. But yes, Bramblegast, the evolution of Bramblin, has the purple bits, which is exactly what she's wearing. Now, I don't think she's a human Bramblin. I think it's just her signature Pokemon, and maybe Bramblegast could get one of the Terraforms. 1,015 Pokemon we have. Let's give her Bramblegast. But you wanna know why I hate the Bramblegast idea? It's because it makes him ever more relevant. Please don't be her brother. I'm taking back her best girl rights. What are you doing with my sister? Dude brought the whip. It's Heath. I've been asleep for 200 years. Where is she? Your daughter's safe. She's freaking ruining the world. One thing I do want to ask you guys is back in this tweet here where he's teased 2 new Pokemon. Of course, the one on the left is Archaludon. If we're pandering to Galar, it's a pretty good guess to assume that's a Galar Pokemon. It does remind me of like Trevenant or Gourgeist. But when I look up Galar's Pokedex, there's only like 2 families of grass Pokemon. Gossifleur and Applin. Zarude, Rillaboom, and Calyrex are clearly off the table. You never know, maybe it's Applin if it evolves again after Diplin. Alright, let's go to your theories. Here we have Kishore-sama, and he says, Yo teacher, saw this while rewatching your Scarlet playthrough. If you go to the beginning of the game, when you're getting up, there are 3 stickers on your cupboard. Okay, what are you reading? I thought it said give up. Listen, let me give you some advice. Do not stick stickers. You can't scratch them off after that. There's an Applin, a Drifloon, and a Hatenna. Initially, when we all started our games and we saw that, we assumed maybe we moved from the Galar region. But now that we know Applin has a new evolution in this region, Diplin, it makes you question the other 2. And Drifloon is one of the regional fake candidates that Ku put in the tweet. Now remember, it could be none of them. But the idea here is maybe these 3 Pokemon are teases to Pokemon that are getting attention in this DLC. Which leaves Hatenna also to maybe get something. Dude, a Paradox form for this eyeless magician? God, Paradox, Hatterene, and Grimmsnarl? I like this Galar pandering. Here's Owen who says that, I feel like maybe Archaludon might be in Legends Kyurem. That is insane. Could you imagine if in Legends Kyurem, you're actually crossing over giant Archaludons? Especially if this takes place like 2,500 years ago during the Twin Hero era? Because another cool thing is, the Relic Castle I said was made by one of the Twin Heroes, right? There's Darmanitans outside it. So if they ever make Legends Kyurem, they could bring those Darmanitans full circle by showing us them going to sleep. Showing us the actual grand relic castle it was supposed to be with these Darmanitans outside. The idea that only one of the Twin Heroes made it and we don't know which one is cool too. We could get a similar situation to picking Adamant or Irida in the Legends Arceus Climax, where you side with one and the game kind of changes. Here's Leno who says that the R fake could be Ekans. All or none of them? It's none of them. Why cross out Weezing to hint the counterpart? Jesse and James's Pokemon. Ekans is purple and its shiny is green. And then also the medical snake symbol. The coils. But what would a regional fake Ekans actually be if it's not a snake? And would they make the name mean something backwards still? And there's even an Ekans in the trailer, which is something they do to Pokemon that get attention. Here's Summer. They say, I found a connection between Briar and Heath. It's gonna be a jump scare. So here we have the tree Heath, or the Erica arborea, a species of flowering plants. And when you go down to the wood of this tree, it's called the Briar root. Dude, that's another thing with Briar. It means like thorns. And then freaking Bramblegast is a thorny Pokemon. I'm so mad at you, lady, but I'll let this one slide. God, how could I take interest in someone who likes Bramblegast? She walked 1,000 steps. You don't deserve my attention. Crazy people out here. Ooh, here's Eli, and he says the image that they depict for the Momotaro story playing out, that maybe Kieran is the Momotaro. That he's gonna gather the Loyal 3 and go piss off Ogerpon during the festival. And that's what leads to Ogerpon coming and attacking. To be honest, it looks like Ogerpon been watching the village. He been wanting to do something. All right, let's go back to Cerebi. So I can show you his unboxing video, but pretty much what he gets is this like tea set from Pokemon. You're gonna see this all connect. He gets like some bamboo and this teacup with the hole in it. And I didn't see it at first, and then I realized if Galar is the pander to region, maybe Sinisty is the R fake. That's why they gave the T, and that's why they handed Cerebi the box and wrote August 22nd on it, because that's when they're gonna reveal it. And why this works is because Poltegeist and Sinisty, they're purple. So maybe in the R fake they turn green, and they're not even tea. Maybe not even drinkable. Is Sinisty drinkable? What could it be? Green tea. Only in Spain. Poltegeist has, for some reason, crazy attention put to it. It has a phony form and then an antique legit form where it has even the IKEA label. You can only notice the form difference if you Dynamax it and look up its skirt. What is that? It's like so fat. So Poltegeist is a Pokemon that lives in antique teapots. If we were to get an R fake, somehow a teapot would still have to be involved. Unless the teapot this time is the Pokemon and it's captured something and it has nothing to do with Poltegeist, this is a hard R fake to make. I love also how Pokemon still hasn't given us an official word for R fake. The tea causes strong chills of swallow. Who's eating teapot? Who's drinking Poltegeist? The Brits must be stopped. I'm gonna call it quits here, my dudes. Make sure y'all shank that like button. Let me know. He did say which or none. Is it none and actually this? And if it is, what can you imagine a fake Poltegeist to even look like? Keep sending me your theories on Instagram. We got so much to talk about, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Take care.